Okay, welcome to this edition of Tweet Tactics 2012, and we're going to be talking about Follow Friday for a bit here. Follow Friday, as indicated by the Twitter hashtag FF, as you can see in this particular timeline inside of TweetDeck, is a very busy topic. It's a very busy trend. And the hashtag, the pound sign followed by whatever, in this case it happens to be FF, is a way for this information to be grouped in Twitter timelines. And all these people are talking about Follow Friday because it is in fact Friday, and it is one of the spike days that we talk about in social media advertising. And what do I mean by spike days? Well, let's take a look here. Like, this is the last 6 weeks of my traffic, and you can see that there are two significant spikes on every day, the first and the fifth day, Mondays and Fridays, and the other spike day is Music Monday. And we talk a little bit about Music Monday in another video, and I'll make sure that that article link is available to you. Follow Friday is part of the circle of reciprocity for Twitter. Every day in Twitter, I use a tool such as, for example, TweetDeck. You've all seen me do this many times. And I have my mentions column where people talk about me, and I have my personal timelines. In here, we happen to see that FF, or Follow Friday, is a very big topic because today is Friday and people are giving out my name to others to follow, and I am in return reciprocating and giving out their names to people on my followers in order to follow back. So this is part of the circle of reciprocity, and is one of the days that it's okay to do things like, you see these tweet trains, I guess you'd call them, long posts with people's @ symbols in their names, and it's a way of putting out a quick list in the Twitter environment. If you are doing this, I would say also to remind you that, just like in one of my tip videos that I talk about, only use 120 characters. You see, like this, for example, one is completely full. If I wanted to retweet this, I would have to edit it. So even when you're putting together these little tweet trains, if you will, inside of an individual tweet, make sure you keep it to 120 characters or less. One of the most effective ways to manage a Follow Friday, as I talk about all the time, is to use lists. Like, for example, if I wanted to add a column to this, I would use one of my particular lists, which is, let's see if we can get it up quickly here. Here we go, @TweetClean, my Follow Friday list. And here is my Follow Friday list, and these are people who in the past have tweeted me on a Follow Friday, and that is a great source to go to in order to find people that you want to give Follow Fridays to. Remember, working inside of the Twitter limits, within a 24-hour period, you have 1,000 tweets that you are allowed to tweet. This is actually broken down into an hourly increment, and if you start to exceed those values, Twitter will actually stop you from tweeting. So you want to take into account that you only have 1,000 tweets a day, and this also includes retweets. Retweets are no different than regular tweets, and they also make a part of your 1,000 tweets a day. So you want to make sure that when you're tweeting that you choose carefully who you use. So I use my list, my Twitter list here, in order to keep track of the people who in the past who have faithfully giving me Follow Friday propers, as it would be called. I also do the same with other things, like people who retweet me, and that's a very effective use of lists. I'm going to close this down just for the sake of not putting a draw on my API, but here you can see the Follow Friday timeline is still going pretty crazy there. And I'm going to close that one down too as soon as TweetDeck responds. So there we go. It's still, you can see it's still pretty much going insane, out of control. So I'm just going to close it down. Because it is putting a draw on my API. And if you don't know anything about API limits and rates and limits, you should check out my article about rates and limits here here in Twitter. And you see I have my mentions column. These are people that are actually talking to me. And another thing that I recommend is, especially on a Friday, it's a great day to network. It's a great day to talk to people. You should be available on these days if you're going to participate, especially the Follow Friday day, because it gives you several things on your return on investment. First of all, it gets you out in the community where others are pushing you and you are not pushing yourself. The second thing, it gives you a validity in the environment. If a lot of people are tweeting you, people will start to recognize your name and your brand. And also, it's a great way to build your Twitter followers. Now, I want to remind everybody that my methods and my tactics are not about getting followers fast. In fact, in 2012, any mention of getting followers fast as far as a website or as a piece of software, or even in your tweets, if you say things like get followers fast or get followers quick, that is against the Twitter terms of service, and your account can actually be suspended. So you want to keep that in mind, especially on a day like Follow Friday. So all of the standard rules apply. If you don't know the rules, I suggest that you get familiar with them. But Follow Friday is a great way in order to accomplish all of those things. Another thing that Follow Friday is good for is to publish on. Like, for example, here I've published today, and it's a new article, and it's a great day to publish on. You can see that here on my particular one, like my spiders are in the light blue, so like the more spiders I get, the more traffic I'll actually get tomorrow and the next day, and that's kind of how that light blue spider thing works. There, like you see here, I had a very large light blue spider day, and the next day I had a very dark blue, which is unique visitors, and a page view. And you can see in the last 10 days we've had consistently over 350 uniques a day, which is pretty good for us in our, I think this is our third month actually. So another great thing is it's a good day to use your clout perks, your clout points. And if you don't give away clout points, it's a very simple thing to do. Like, for example, this is great. Like, for example, Mother Rose is somebody who is about spirituality and religion, and I'm just going to give her a little clout today. Here's a plus K that I'm giving her live. And there you go. And then I'm going to tweet about it. It's a great day to tweet about these things. Now, keep in mind, again, that if you use up your 1,000 tweets on certain things, you can't do other things. So these sharing of links from other sites like Clout also make up your overall 1,000 tweets a day. There you go. So we're just giving that to her, and then that will show up over here in my tweet deck pretty soon that I gave her that. And Follow Friday is a great day to also apply the 80-20 rule. Now, the 80-20 rule is that you talk about your own self 20% of the time, and you talk about your other clients, and in this case, your other clients happen to be your followers and your following in other services. You talk about them 80% of the time. So Follow Friday is a great day to put that into practice. It's a great day to practice using systems like Clout, a great day to use Clout, as you've seen in my other two articles, in order to get people, like, for example, Carl Watts is now somebody I follow easily. I follow them on LinkedIn. I follow them on YouTube. I follow them on Facebook. I follow them on Google+, and Clout made that all possible with a few clicks, and you've seen that in another video that I released today. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a little talk about Follow Friday, and I'll talk to you soon.